Hello, dear friends. Today I wanted to touch upon the topic of what happened with Miss Delight. When we entered the school to restore the power, Ollie informed us that he wouldn't be able to reach us because of the location. After that, the sound cuts off, but Ollie tries to warn us that we are not alone in the school.
Be careful in there. I don't think I can connect to you on that side of the dome. And you won't be alone. There's someone else in there too. They're not yours.
Next, we wander through the school corridors, and a voice comes on the intercom. We recognize that voice. It was Miss Delight herself. She speaks as if there are still students in the school.
This is Miss Delight speaking. Please excuse the interruption. Students, remain in your seat until the bell has rung, and no going in the halls without a hall pass.
After that, we wander through the school, and the internal microphone turns on again. We hear that Miss Delight has recognized us. She says that we previously worked at this school. And how did we manage to survive?
Wait, I recognize you. Yes, I remember. You used to work here. How are you? Alive.
During the conversation, we hear that Miss Delight is speaking to someone in the background. Then we learn that she was talking to someone named Barb. Later, we find out that Barb is not a person at all. Miss Delight called her baton that she uses as a weapon. She warns us to leave and not to look for our colleagues, as Catnap will be displeased.
Barb? Oh. Barb says you're looking for your co-workers. Catnap wouldn't like that you're here. You should leave. For your own safety.
After we walk around the school, we notice that Miss Delight is becoming increasingly agitated. She hints to us that she will be keeping an eye on us to get rid of us.
Not a good listener, are you? You're a lot like the other humans in that way. I wonder if your screams will sound like theirs too. I look forward to finding out.
After we found the generator and try to turn it on, Miss Delight bursts into the room and smashes the generator. A battery falls out of it, which we must take to restore power. Because after she smashed the generator, the lights are out again. During the game, we notice that Miss Delight is the only surviving teacher. She convinced herself that if someone sees her and she remains motionless, it would mean she's dead. Now we wonder, what exactly happened to Miss Delight? What led her to transform from a kind, bright, and caring teacher of orphan children into an insane psychopath? A maniac with a baton. So let's first look at the backstory. Miss Delight was one of 8 teachers working at the school. They were like a family and considered each other as sisters. The teachers made sure the school was a home for the children, a safe place. From the description, Miss Delight was kind, caring, and gentle. She had a very soft and pleasant voice. However, after the hour of joy, she and all the other teachers were locked in the school. Miss Delight could swear she heard breathing behind the door. She created a weapon in the form of her baton, in case something appeared, which she named Barb. Apparently, this weapon was made from a pile of sharpened pencils and tied with rubber bands. In my opinion, apparently, Miss Delight's sisters denied her access to food, and she slowly began to lose her mind. As she lost her mind, she began to consider her weapon a living person named Barb. Eventually, Barb taught Miss Delight that if she stopped moving and remained silent, others would think she was dead. She relied on this tactic to set traps and eliminate all the teachers. Delight killed all the teachers and silenced her voice, which she had struggled with for so long. After a while, she opened the door and found Catnap there, with whom she eventually made something like a truce. Catnap and Miss Delight shared Prototype's views and his plans to save everyone. Although it was never mentioned, most likely, his concern was about Miss Delight's condition, as he began to worry that she had turned from a sweet teacher into an evil and bloodthirsty maniac. Everyone asked the same question. What happened to her face? Where is her normal smile? I have several theories about how this could have happened. My first theory is that Miss Delight needed to eat a teacher, and in order to do this, Miss Delight had to break the toy version of her face, because she couldn't eat a teacher without doing this, or she got into some altercation with the teachers or something else. Since we know that other teachers tried to eat her to survive, then it is quite likely that this became the very reason for torn clothes and damaged face. I think that according to my second theory, we can say that Miss Delight could have broken her face with Barb's help. But on the other hand, this theory may be unlikely because we never saw Miss Delight prone to self-destruction. But nevertheless, I won't be surprised if this theory turns out to be true. because it's hard to imagine how she did it to her face without Barb's help. Her facial wounds don't just end at the mouth, they extend to the forehead. Maybe she even did it with her hands or some sharp object, because look at her smile. The edges of the smile look too symmetrical to be some kind of weapon. My last theory will be that Miss Delight was injured by someone. We can assume that a teacher injured her face, because I think they also had some kind of weapon, and they injured most of Miss Delight's face with this weapon. But with a 100% probability, we could say, if we saw the broken faces of other teachers, because we would know that they too could eat. This is a unique attribute, since the mouths of other characters are on the outer layer of the face and are not hidden anywhere. Now it's clear that Miss Delight is a real lunatic, so this may be one of the reasons why she decided to create her own movement-like movement. Now, if you didn't know, in the preliminary version provided to the content creators, Miss Delight couldn't move when the light was on, and she froze. It is not known why this was changed. Maybe because it would contradict the fact that Miss Delight breaks the generator. But what do you think happened to Miss Delight? And what led her to such mental behavior? Write your answers in the comments. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Subscribe and like this video.